What's up, everybody? Mike Lindsley here, ML Sports Take, all brought to you by Stanley Law Offices and Welch & Company Jewelers. Quick recap here. Sorry, it's been pretty busy here lately. Bonaventure got run off the court in the second half to Fordham. I don't even know really what to say about this one. I mean, 79-68. I know Fordham has won, a bunch of games and all the rest. This year they're 16-4. But this is at the RC, man. The students are back. Early on, you kind of felt good because you're sitting there going, okay, a couple threes were dropping, and they look like they had some competitive juice and some competitive fire. Farrell knocks one down. Banks is all over the place. Daryl Banks was absolutely unbelievable. In fact, I think there's probably a 2-minute stretch there in the first half where I really thought that the Bonnies were opening up the offense quite a bit, right? I think it was 6.5 to like the 4.5 minute mark where Banks was going to the hole, and he was, making people, guard him out, and then he'd blow by him or they'd leave him open and he'd hit a three. It was that kind of feel where, you were like, oh boy, he could go off and score from anywhere. He got to the free throw line the entire game. He went 12 for 12 from three, scored 29 points. But this game was, they didn't get a lot. They got 10 from Luke. They got nothing from Evans. Again, I've said it a bunch of times. I wonder now if Moses Flowers should just be inserted into the starting lineup and then they go maybe a little bit smaller. I think Flowers is 3-4 inches shorter than Barry and certainly is obviously, as we know, a guard, not a forward. But maybe just like a little mix up here. I mean, this Bonnet team now 10-11, 4-4 in conference. The schedule brutal coming up. VCU and others, Dayton, etc. I think the Bonnies might go on a little bit of a losing streak here, actually, the way they're playing. They only got 8 from Venning, and that was disappointing because I felt like when he scored that early basket, I said, okay, here we go. Oftentimes when Bonaventure gets the ball to Venning early, he establishes, sets the tone offensively, and then everything else flows from there. But that was not the case. He only scored 8. Bonaventure got 12 points off the bench. It's crazy. If you look at the box score, you see a lot of comparisons across the board, and you're going, how did they lose by 11 points, right? I mean, think about it. Rebounding, 34 apiece. Shooting, 43.4% for Fordham, 38.3% for Bonaventure. Bonaventure did not have a good shooting game. Three-pointers made, 8 for 24 for Fordham, 7 for 19 for St. Bonaventure. Free throws, 25 of 31 for Bona, 25 of 36 for Fordham. There are just a lot of numbers that are right there, neck and neck. Assists, Fordham 12, Bona 11. You know what it was? In the second half, on both ends of the floor, poor execution and a ton of misassignments, whether it was leaving people open, whether it was guys not keeping the offensive flow going. I thought that the ball movement wasn't as good in the second half. It was just a lack of execution and a lack of just absolute efficiency, which is kind of, again, it's rare because I don't know if there's any team in the Atlantic 10 that plays, so different away from home than the Bonnies do from the RC. You just don't expect a second half like that from them at home. At any time the last 25 years, I could expect it on the road. I don't care how good the team is. But at home, you don't really expect that kind of a meltdown. And you know what? It came against Fordham, and that is scary, scary stuff. If you're a Bona fan and alum like us crazy people are. Quisenby was really good for them. Richardson, and Moore. Those were the 3 big guys who killed Bona, going 17, 16, and 19 points respectively. They got to the free throw line a ton, and they missed 11 free throws and still won by 11. So I don't know, man. This was a very, very concerning game. I think, I've spent some time here with you guys and gals, talking about this Bona team. Like, who are they? Do we know who they are? What team's going to show up? That seems to be a common denominator in all of college basketball for that matter. But now I think we do know who they are. I think this Fordham game really, really showed that this team is just a 500 team and probably nothing more, maybe even a game or two below. There are nice things. I give Coach Schmidt a lot of credit in this NIL transfer portal world to be able to just kind of fill the roster with some decent players, be competitive. Bona has had some moments this year, but they got run out of the gym in the second half. That was an ugly situation. And yeah, Fordham, they have all those wins, but who have they beaten? Dartmouth, Holy Cross, Stonehill, Maine, Tulane, Wagner, Binghamton, Central Connecticut, VMI. Yeah, I mean, they lost to Arkansas second game of the year, and they've lost. They lost 3 of 4 there. Dayton, Rhode Island, and Dayton again. They beat St. Joe's in that run. Now they've won 3 in a row. The win at Duquesne was pretty good before this Bonaventure game. So they were playing with a ton of confidence. But man, to get run out of the gym like that, major concern for St. Bonaventure basketball. Mike Lindsay with you here. It's an ML Sports Take brought to you by Breton Ace Hardware and our great friends over at Stumble and Monkey Brewing Company. Hey, a lot of you Bona alums, you live in Rochester, Victor area, right? School Street. They've got a tremendous brewery over there, stumbleandmonkeybrewingcompany.com, and you can check out all the gear, check out all the beers, the amber ale, the red ale, the sours and seltzers and IPAs and all the rest. It's all at Stumble and Monkey Brewing Company, a proud ML Sports Platter sponsor. They've got a ton of different choices, and you can join the Mug Club today as well. Fill up your crowlers and growlers and all that at Stumble and Monkey Brewing Company. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. And as I always tell you, enjoy the games.